The US administration has been quietly mediating among Saudi Arabia, Israel, and Egypt on negotiations that, if successful, could be the first step on the road to normalization of relations between Saudi Arabia and Israel. The arrangement could build trust between the parties and create an opening to warm relations between Israel and Saudi Arabia, which do not have official diplomatic relations. The deal involves finalizing the transfer of two strategic islands in the Red Sea from Egyptian to Saudi sovereignty. President Biden is planning to go to Saudi Arabia as part of the upcoming Middle East trip. If the visit takes place, it would be Biden's first with bin Salman. The trip would also include a summit with leaders of Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Oman, Qatar, Kuwait, Egypt, Jordan, and Iraq, all the nations necessary to normalize Israel's position in the Middle East. The New York Times has reported the US is looking for more ways to inflict damage on Russia's economy. The Biden administration is reportedly considering targeting buyers of Russian oil. US officials have said they are looking to hurt Russian oil sales, but they don't want to reduce the commodity from the global market too suddenly, as it would cause a surge in oil prices. If implemented, the secondary sanctions could target China and put the US on a collision course with India, which has continued to purchase Russian oil despite pressure from Washington. So far, the US, Britain, Canada, and Australia have all banned the import of Russian oil. But the US wants to hurt Russia further by denying its profits from the key strategic commodity. President Joe Biden announced this week in Tokyo that 13 countries have joined a new US-led Asia-Pacific trade initiative, touted as a counterweight to China. Unlike traditional trade blocs, there is no plan for the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework (IPEF) members to negotiate tariffs and ease market access, a tool that is becoming increasingly unpalatable to US voters, fearful of undermining homegrown manufacturing. Instead, the program foresees integrating partners through agreed standards in four main areas: the digital economy, supply chains, clean energy infrastructure, and anti-corruption measures. The IPEF is intended to offer US allies an alternative to China's growing commercial presence across the Asia-Pacific, but its narrow scope will limit the effectiveness of this new initiative. Israel has admitted to the US that it killed a senior member of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, who was gunned down in Tehran on the 22nd of May. Colonel Hassan Saeed Kodai was shot 5 times by 2 gunmen on motorcycles outside his home. Israeli officials claim that Kodai was involved with plots to kidnap and assassinate Israeli civilians and officials around the world. Iranian analysts believe Israel's claim of IRGC plots to assassinate civilians were likely meant to prevent the US from removing IRGC's terrorist designation, which was a major sticking point in talks to revive the Iran nuclear deal. The shadow war between Israel and Iran takes place from the mountains of Lebanon to the jungles in Latin America, from the edge of Europe and to the deserts of Africa. Sometimes it spills out into public view as Israel sees it as its most strategic threat.